Mm-mm. So what's on your mind? What's on your mind? What is on your mind, peoples? What is on your mind today on this good Monday? Oh, shucks. There. Mm-mm-mm. So let me see if I can find where my comments is. Hold on. What's on your mind, peeps, 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 peoples? What's going on today on this good Monday? Make sure y'all come in and send some hearts up, some emojis up. No anger faces, Facebook, okay? And when y'all come on YouTube, hit the heart button, the laughing emoji. I can get all of those reactions. Okay, come on in and talk to your girl for a little bit. I ain't gonna be before you long. Just want to see what's on your mind and on your heart, how your weekend was, and all of that good stuff. Because I am preparing for my family get together next weekend, so I'm gonna be busy. So yeah, I'm just coming to see what y'all got going on. Since I didn't talk to you guys yesterday. Hey Erica, how are you, love? So I don't know if the Saints missed me or what. Did y'all get a notification or no? I should have put a what you call it first, didn't I? Did you get a notification, Erica? Let me see, because a lot of times y'all don't get notifications. Some of my people don't anyway. Let's see. I just got through exterminating my whole house. Let me see. Yeah, I just got through exterminating my whole house, the yard, and everything. I say, child, I'm not gonna be paying these people to come out here and spray this stuff that I can go and spray in by myself. She said she got a notification. Okay, hey, Miss Emma Thomas, you new. Welcome, love. Yeah. So that's how I do. Just cut back and save some money, honey, because getting all these exterminators to come out, and some of them gonna be spraying them with some water and milk. Hey, Dorothy, they ain't gonna pour in everybody else. Say boo. So I just say I'll just do it myself. So that's what I got to do. And I was gonna go live and let y'all see me do that, but I said no. That was too much trying to hold the phone and hold the pump thing and spray and everything. So I said no. So yeah, I got every crook and every cranny. Hey, Cynthia. Say hello. Everyone, Miss Emma, say hello. Yeah, so that's a way to save money. If you got a home or apartment and you don't want to spend money with an exterminator because they charge, Lord, they charge 100 and something to come out. Oh, Dorothy said I was notified. Okay, boo. If you don't want to spend that money, honey, just go to Lowe's or Home Depot, look it up, and get you that what I got, Specticide or something like that. It lasts up for 18 months. And you it's good on your plants and your yards, your flowers. It won't mess up your flowers and stuff. Hey, Brina. And so you just I got one of those pumps. It's a plastic, with this exterminators use. I got one of them. It's $11 at Lowe's. Pour your little solution in there and hook it up and pump, 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 and go around and spray everywhere, all in the closet, all, everywhere, child. Just every crook and a cranny. Mm-hmm. And some of y'all saying, Pastor, I'm not going to do all that. Hell, I pay them to do it. Well, I'm a handy lady, so I do stuff like that. No, I ain't coming to do yours, but I do stuff like that. Bobby say, good evening, Queen. And OG's, hey, boo. Mm-hmm. So that's what I just got through doing. And I had me some, because it's this time of the year, y'all. Gnats and mosquitoes and just pests, the little bugs, chinch bugs and caterpillars, all that kind of stuff get ready to start coming out. So yeah, spray your lawn chairs and stuff down. So when people come and sit down, they won't be all ate up and tore up and everything. Spray the garage and all that. Mm-hmm. Miss Bobby said, good afternoon. Hey, love. So So what did y'all do yesterday? Yesterday I chilled. I rest. My husband cooked. Let me see what we had for dinner yesterday. We had what did he cook? Good Lord, I ate it so fast. Oh, last night he made hot wings for snack. That's what we had for snack. Hey, Miss Connie. Love you too, sugar. And we had hot wings and bread, but I didn't eat the bread. So yeah, hot wings, and I put some lime pepper seasoning on it. We had that, and then yesterday he had made some cornbread and sweet potatoes. What we had? Lima beans. I think we had lima beans yesterday. I don't forget what kind of meat we had, child. Oh, meatloaf. Meatloaf. That's what we had, meatloaf yesterday. And then for dessert, I had creme brulee. He made some creme brulee. So that's what we had last night. And let me see what I did. I looked at did I watch TV? Yeah, I looked at a little bit of TV, child. I think it was a Chrysalis, honey. I don't, they don't even come on like that no more. So I watched them for a little while. And what else I did? We did laundry. Did I go out the house yesterday? I don't know. I don't think so. No. I think that was pretty much all I did. Got me some me time. Connie said, hey, Lepo, and she said, does that spray work for the indoors too? Yeah, it works for indoors and outdoors. So it's called Specticide, and it's for indoor and outdoors. I think it was like, probably what, 10, no, was it $10? $10 or $20 for a big old container at Lowe's. And then you get the plastic spray bottle, the big one, for $11. I spent like $36 because I got some other kind that you put on the water hose and you can spray your lawn and stuff. And I do that when the sun go down. I go out there and spray my lawn with it. But yeah, it works. Miss Bobby says she went to church, Sunday school, and she went to church. You did, Miss Bobby? All right then. Ain't nothing wrong with that, honey. Pam said, hey, Queen, and everyone. Hey, Queen, where you was, Pam? We done missed you club night, honey. We did not see you, honey. You was not in the building. What was going on? Was you out traveling or busy? We did not see you. But, yeah, the club was lit Saturday. So this morning I got up and did my little chores and got so I'm writing down the menu for my little family little get together that we're doing. Yeah, so Friday and Saturday of next week. Y'all might get a chance to peep in and see my peoples, we'll see. She said, I use that spray. It is great. You do, Miss Bobby? Yeah, it is. So yeah, I said, I'm not signing no contract and hiring no more exterminators. I do it myself. Now for termites, which we have the termite barn because our home is new. So if you have termites, they got stuff for termites too. But if it's because it's that kind of season. So, but you got to make sure you drill a hole and put it in the wall. A hole where you can't see, nobody can't see it, of course. But put it in there, spray it in there so people, for it can spray out them termites in your wall. Because older homes are built like that, and they don't have the termite bond no more. So the termites get in there and chew up the wood and all that. So yeah, treat it as much as you can and patch up the hole and everything with some of that. Once you treat it, you got to drill a hole though so you can get to the wood. But get you some of that what is it called? Plaster. It's like plaster, and you put you beat it up and then put it on your wall and spread it, and then you take make it look nice. I'm gonna tell you another secret. Toothpaste. You can patch up holes like nail holes in your wall. Get you some white toothpaste and put it in there and let it fill up, spread it out, smooth it out. There you go. You patch up the holes. Hey, Connie. Lord, Connie, you the only one in the sanctuary. Well, I got a bunch of bush watchers. Okay, well, hey, bush watchers. Let me see. Claudia said, good afternoon. Hey, Rosalind. She said, hello, lovely. Hey, Rosalind Grisby. Claudia said, good afternoon, Queens, bush watchers, and everyone. Hey, boo. Let me say, hey, y'all, let me introduce myself. I am Dr. Linda Young. Yes. Well, congratulations, Queen. You done got that piece of paper. Lord, I'm so happy for you, girl. Now, listen, Linda. Look. Don't let nobody brag you because you're a doctor now. When they walk up to you, say, I am Dr. Linda Young. Tell them to put some respect on your handle, okay? Congratulations. I know you glad it's over, girl. Now you got to pay that money back. Or did you get a free tuition? She said, I'm taking up donations right now. Hey, Dorothy Manuel. Bob said, I use the toothpaste. Yeah, it does. Anytime you got little holes, y'all put, when you can't get no hammer, you get a damn shoe and you get the nail and you get them curtain rods and you take that shoe and that nail and you pop with the heel of that shoe, put a hole in the wall, and sometimes it goes straight through. Girl, behind the sheetrock, all you hear say ding ling 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 ling. Nail and went straight through the hole. Well, in that case, they have the little things that you can put, they come in with the little screws, and you put them in that little drywall socket. You put it in there and pop, tap it in there, and then you take the screw and screw like that. But in that case, honey, just put some toothpaste up there. It'll seal it back up. Everybody said congratulations. Brina said congratulations. Pam said congratulations. Connie said hello, Queen, and congratulations. Yes, Miss Linda, girl, we so proud of you, girl. Did you go out and celebrate? She say, child. She say, Rosa say, number one, what are the two most important things in a relationship? Miss Rosa say she got a whole conversation. Well, okay, Miss Rosa, hold on, girl. Let me get to you, girl. Hold on. Because that's a lot to unpack. She said, number one, what are two, hold on, staying slide. What are the two most important things in a relationship or a marriage? I'll address the first one first. And then she said, number two, which of the three are necessary in a relationship in number order? Okay, Miss Roslyn, great conversation. Number one, the two most important things in a relationship is compatibility and communication. You got to have that. You got to be compatible. And you got to be, you got to have communication. Because the reason why I chose those two, because most people say trust. Well, trust is not given, trust is earned. So because you meet somebody, you just don't give them trust. It has to be developed over a period of time. So those are the two things that I think that is ideal in a relationship or a marriage. Then your other one, she said, which are the three are necessary in a relationship in number order? Okay, let's see. She had, okay, so in number order, I would say, number one would be compatibility. Number two, connection, because I need to connect with you. And number three, I would say chemistry. So compatibility one, connection is two, and chemistry is three. Everybody's speaking to everybody. All right, so we're gonna come back to y'all. Make sure y'all hear what Miss Rosalind questions is, and y'all give y'all input too. Let's see. Connie say hello, everyone. Let me say thank you, Queen, and everyone. She say, Connie, I can afford someone to whoop her now. Not pay somebody to beat her down, Miss Linda. Lord. She say, oh no, I mean Doc. I'm gonna start calling you Doc, honey. Give them. Pam, thank you for the wine glasses. Miss Linda say thank you all. You welcome, love. Claudia said congratulations, Linda. Miss Dorothy said congratulations, Dr. Linda Young. Yes, ma'am. Hey, Nora. She said hey, y'all. So, did y'all get the question, or do I need to revisit it again? Miss Grisby said, "What are two most important things in a relationship or a marriage?" So y'all can answer that one first, and then the next one, put it in order, which is necessary in a relationship: compatibility, chemistry, or connection, in order by number. Let's see. Miss Lily say, yes, I had a celebration on Sunday, and I really thank each of you for being there for me. Oh, Miss London, you are more than welcome, sugar. We're just elated for you. May you go and soar in all your endeavors, because you know a lot of time people get paper and they don't do nothing with it. So I know you doing yours in childcare. Was it behavior education, childcare education? One of the two, something like that with children. Okay. Don't let them children pull your hair out here, and don't let them give you gray hair. Carly say, hey, Nora. Okay, Miss London. Put it to work, honey, because I done met some folks that got some degrees, Miss London, and this is fruity as a fruit cake. Don't do nothing they got the degree in. Lord, it just ain't got no common sense. You know what I mean? Woo, child. But I know you got something, because you gonna read her. Miss Connie Thompson say, be truthful with each other. Okay. She said, be truthful with each other. Okay. She said, girl, I have it on everything. I could put it on Dr. Linda Young, laughing out loud. You earned it. Yes, ma'am. Honey, put on the driver license too. I am Dr. When the cops come by and say, ma'am, can I see your license? I am Dr. Linda Young. Pam say, hey, Nora. Nora said her answer is number 1, mutual respect, compatibility, and communication. Okay, so Nora, let me see, the 3 she had on, that's good though, but she had the 3 to choose from was compatibility, chemistry, and connection. So that's what she had it. She said put those in order. But what is the most important? What is the most important thing? 2 things in a relationship or a marriage. She said, Connie, is that weather doing okay down there? Oh, y'all having bad weather, Queen? All right, let me see. Dorothy say honesty and trust. Those are the most important 2 things in a relationship or a marriage. Honesty and trust. Okay. And Pam say must have a understanding. True. Okay, I agree. Miss Lim say I will she said I will pursue on my business in 1 year. Oh, you were pursuing your business in 1 year. Okay. Give yourself some time off. Gotcha. Okay. That's good. Let me see. Now I'll say this to add to what you were saying, Miss Rosalind Grisby. I believe with all of those in that perspective would bring on trust over time. And then let me see how I want to say it. Because and communication is key. You got to communicate. That's bottom line. You got to communicate. And a lot of times people don't communicate. Either they don't know how to communicate, or they feel like if I say it, it's not going to come out right, or it might be too harsh. So it's kind of darn if you do and darn if you don't, kind of thing. But communication is very vital in any relationship. And like Pam said, with understanding and like Nora said, mutual respect. You got to respect each other. Let's see. Ms. Linda said, I meant to say pursue. I got you, boo. I got you. She said, because I was speaking in my microphone. You know that phone don't work like that, girl. It type what it want to type. Nora, let's see. Connie said, yeah, Nora, the weather good today for now. Okay, good. Yeah, because it's that kind of season, you know, hurricane season, thunderstorm. So y'all, pray that we don't have no hard weather when it comes to that for the summer, that everybody be able to enjoy their weather. I mean, they summer and their days off or whatever. Anybody else got any input of what you think what's most important to in a relationship or a marriage to you. Now I'll say with that building on that tier, that will help you to navigate in your relationship, because a lot of times let's see, certain situations that happen in a marriage or a relationship, it can either strengthen it or it can tear it apart. Claudia said, I'm glad, Linda, you could afford someone to whoop her behind. Tell her I am a doctor now. And so respect me and get back. Tell her again, Queen. Miss Connie said, congrats, Linda. That is something to be very proud of. Yes, it is. Okay. Okay, Lord. Here goes somebody without a picture. Now I'm gonna read what he say. He said, what now? Because I think my topic said, what's on your mind? Okay, he said, what's on my mind? I wish them damn kids stop breaking into my house. I cannot have nothing because of them breaking into my car, my truck. They somewhere to be not around here. Okay, so Mr. Bad, I'm sorry that you having, and Lord, we got about 5 conversations going on. But anywho, I understand when people try to come in and they try to steer you off the topic. But I will get back on the topic. But anyway, Mr. Willie, get you a picture on that profile. I know you probably had one on there that fell down, sir. But yeah, you got to lock things up. Unfortunately, you know, some of these teenagers, it's getting summertime hot and they get on the loose and they ain't got nothing else constructive to do. So they make up things to do, such as that, breaking into homes and everything. And it's unfortunate. So, Mr. Will, I see if you could call them and, say, hey, come in and talk to you. Let me find out what's going on with you. What's troubling your spirit? Why are you going in breaking in folks' houses and cars and things? Have a conversation with them, see what's bothering them. Because then they'll probably sit there and tell you. And then, you don't know. You can make a difference in their life. It's just unfortunate. Sometimes, the parents is not paying attention to the children, not giving them enough attention. And sometimes, children are raising themselves. And sometimes it's just, parents have done all they could and children just want to do what they want to do. So it's unfortunate. But make sure you lock your stuff up, Mr. Ballard. Lord Jesus. Let's see. Trina say good afternoon. Hey, Trina. Nora said, okay, Connie, just heard that y'all coastal flood. She said, hello, Trina. Hello, Connie. She said the weather might be on the side. I can't see the other part on something. All right, let me get back to what I was talking about. Rosa said, honesty and trust, yes, before you marry. She said, but after you see each other living together and want to sustain the marriage 30 plus years. Hold on. Honesty and trust, yes, before you marry. She said, but after you see each other living together and want to sustain the marriage 30 plus years. Well, I'm going to say this from experience. Everybody's relationship ain't the same, and I could just only speak for me. Some people think that relationships, marriage in particular, they think that it's just something just to have a piece of paper, to be booed up all the time, that I got my man and he got me, but that's not marriage, because marriage is ministry. If you can't minister to him or to the man or the woman, then marriage is not for you. What you mean by that? Because you have to be able to and ministry don't mean you got to be a preacher. Okay, Paul said we all preachers, ministers rather. You got to be able to minister to that person outside of their flaws. You got to be able to communicate to that person without tearing them down, even though they may make mistakes, even though things may not go right in the marriage, and I'm not giving this a pass. I'm not saying that everybody experienced this. Some people have experienced it, never talk about it. Some people have experienced it, don't know nothing about it. But if you ever experience your significant other stepping outside of the relationship, um some women and some men, now I'll say some women, they feel that I don't want a man that's gonna cheat, or I can't accept it. If he's cheating on me, it's over. I don't want no parts of it. Okay, naturally so. But there's nobody that been married for 30 plus years and ain't nothing went wrong in your marriage. Now y'all the married love at first sight, or you married your high school sweetheart and it's just been romantic ever since then and nothing went wrong. I beg to differ. I don't think nobody relationship ever been perfect. There's always been something. If it ain't, cheating, it ain't got cheating, and ain't always got to be intimacy. Cheating could be conversation, talking to somebody else that you feel like you can't talk to your spouse or your significant other. There's other ways of cheating besides intimacy. So, you could be what is it? What's the word? I don't want to say social. It's a way of entanglement. Well, yeah, through communication, where you feel like, well, I can't talk to my wife because she ain't gonna understand me. She can't relate to me, or I can't talk to him because he won't listen to me, or he feel like I'm not telling the truth. I'm just, what I'm saying. I listened to Steve Harvey. It was this morning. I think it was this morning, and somebody had called in, and he was telling his wife the truth, and she wasn't able to, I guess, cope with what he was saying. She felt like he was lying or whatever the case may be. So, some women will say, oh, just tell me the truth. Tell me you don't really want the truth. If he come and tell you, yeah, I done been with this woman, or yeah, I was talking to this woman, you're going to have a spazzing fit. Just be honest. You don't want to hear that, so, but I feel that, in any relationship, a long length of time, it has had some hiccups, and that's just what life is. That's from the foundation of the world that's been going on. Is it right? No. But if it's salvageable, can we restore from that? Yes, you absolutely can. Trust would have to be rebuilt. It's not, given. And it's through counsel. It's through people taking accountability for their actions, and making a truce that I won't, I'm not going to do this. I'm not perfect, but I won't do this no more, because I see what repercussions can cause from this, yeah. She said, yes, I agree. And I think servicing and sacrifice toward each other. Absolutely. We are servants to one another. We are to submit to one another. I ain't submitting to him. Hell, who he think he is? I ain't gonna submit to her. She ain't none of my mammy. It's not in that vein. It's showing a level of mutual, as Nora was saying, respect for each other. My husband is very giving. He's unselfish. He's not selfish at all. He would get up, he would cook breakfast, lunch, dinner, and serve, and do laundry. And still work. He would do it all. But I feel in the other areas, you know what I'm saying? And I take care of him just the same. Yeah, I take care of him just the same. Let's see. And we've been married going on 28 years. So it's has it been roses? No, but I took my vows seriously, and I was like, I'm not gonna get in this to get out, And I say this now, I had this conversation with my daughter. Marriage is not for everybody. The word of God said everybody ain't gonna be married no way. So it's not for everybody. Marriage is not a dictatorship where you gotta well, I'm the person who wear the pants, or I gotta be the one that's demanding and dogmatic. I gotta tell you what I want you to do. No, that's no. You gotta be sensitive to the other person's feelings, because they have feelings as well. And you got to be able to hear the other person. And men, you got to be able to communicate. Even though it might not come out like you want it, but it'll feel better if you talk about it versus her sitting there trying to pull and guess, and then now you frustrated as hell with her. Damn, why you trying to read my mind? Just let me tell it's communication. And over a period of time, if you keep it fresh, if you keep it excited, if you keep that playful, youthful, into your relationship, it'll keep it strong. Me and my husband, and I say this, I've shared my testimony before. We've had some struggles financially. We struggled in our early marriage. We had some things, we lost some things. You see what I'm saying? And most people would give up in a relationship like that. They're like, oh, no, I'm going to find me somebody that got a whole bunch of money. So you married for the wrong reason. Money doesn't solve everything. It helps with everything, but it doesn't solve everything. And so I was in it for the long haul, and he was in the long haul. He said, if you ever try to leave me, he said, I'm going to be following you everywhere you go. So if he leave me, I'm going to follow him wherever he go. I mean, what am I going to do? I'm not, in this day and time, I wouldn't want to start all over again. Because now you got to learn that person. You got to learn their ways. You got to get familiar with what they like and what they don't like. And I ain't got that kind of time. No. Nope. Let's see. Let me say, Sabrina and Connie, I did have on a nice undergarment. Oh, you did? You wasn't booting this time around. Little miss. I would say yes, I agree. She said, and I think service and sacrifice towards yeah, it is a lot of sacrifice. You got to give of yourself. You can't be selfish in no relationship. I don't care if you're dating somebody. You cannot be selfish. You can't be in competition with your mate or your spouse. That's, what are you competing for? If you go buy a car, they got to buy a bigger car. You go buy a gold necklace, they got to go buy a bigger gold necklace. What? That's crazy. Hey, mother. She said, good evening. How are you? I'm fantastic. I am fantastic as well, love. She said, oh, what a blessing. Yes, ma'am. Bring a laugh. I mean, some people don't share. Now you don't talk. We was taught, don't ever tell your private business what you and your man do to your friends. You never do that, because then you give people, intuitions and say, well, damn, he treating her like that. See he'll do for me, you know what I'm saying? But I think me and my husband, we was friends before we was anything, and that's the most important thing to me. Is being friends with somebody, so that way y'all can relate. You can you know what I'm saying? It makes a difference. Some people just get in a relationship and they just go head first, and it don't always last. Sometimes it do. Sometimes people force it to last when it done already expired. But but yeah, I believe that anything that you have endured in a marriage or a relationship, and you can help somebody else with it. Tell them. Don't just sit there and like be shameful about your experience and nothing like that. It is what it is. It's life. Good questions, Miss Rosalind. I appreciate that. Let's see what over here on YouTube. Everybody else speaking. I guess everybody listening. Okay, so I didn't see no other comments. All right. Yeah. Anybody else got any input on relationship or marriage? Because that's what I was telling. I was saying with my daughter. Why y'all typing? I'll say this. I was telling my daughter because she was like, she said, I know. She said, Mama, don't speak that. Because I said everybody's not meant to marry. Mama, don't speak that. Don't speak that on my life. I said, I'm not speaking it over your life. I'm just being honest. Everybody ain't marriage material. And then you got to ask yourself, why do you want to be married? Because if you think that marriage is just laying up, cuddling, and rutting every day, all day, no. Because you're going to get tired. It's going to get old. It's going to get boring. And you got to have something else to offer. I'm just going to keep it above. I don't know nobody still just run all the time. I don't know now. If you got that kind of drive, then you know, hey, that's you. I ain't got that kind of drive. Okay, we just live balance. Do. I crack myself up sometimes. Dang. Yeah. If you're looking for the best looking person to marry, child, it ain't, get that out your mind. I don't know man is primping in the damn mirror more than me. I want to look good now, smell good and all that, honey. And wash your nuts. Don't get in no relationship with nobody that don't like take baths. I don't know what is going on, honey. These folks don't like to wash their behind. No, honey, you ain't smelling like roses and strawberries, honey. No, wash. You know, some men could go a couple of days, you know, hit and miss. But women, we can't never go without honey. Because that cat be purring. That cat be purring, honey. So you got to make sure, honey, you keep it right. Okay? Woo, baby. So what's on your mind? Child? Did I miss anybody comments? Lord, let me go over here and look on this other phone because honey, it look like the comments is stuck again. Y'all probably talking and I don't see them. So let me see. Hold on, Saints. Let me get over here. Oh, Lord, see there? I do it. It was just stuck right on there. Miss Connie saying a marriage, you have to give and take because no two are just alike and enjoy all the same things. Exactly. We're not Siamese twins. So he gonna have some likes and dislikes, and you are as well. But she said no. Mother said no, that new talks. Mother, you right about that. That real. Woo, babe. But yeah, what God was saying, yeah, you have to give and take. And a lot of times women don't like to take nothing. They like to give it, but they don't want to tell them they take nothing. Now, I will say this. No woman should ever, never, ever be disrespected. You should, I don't care how heated the conversation is. I don't care how much y'all are angry. You should never call her out of her name. And likewise, you should not call him out of his name. Because, you know, you get back what you put out. And disrespect, you know, just because I mean, think about it. If you're a man, would you disrespect your mother? Would you disrespect your sister? You wouldn't want to do that. So, and if you have a daughter, you damn sure don't want no man disrespecting her. So you got to think that way. And then women, you know, we our get back can be real rough. We could say some things and oh, your mammy ain't taught you nothing. Your mammy this and your mammy, and see that's trigger points. And so now you talk about his mama, and then he get the in your mouth, and you like, oh, he hit me. Well, you shouldn't have said nothing about his mama, because then he started talking about your mama. Then you're gonna want to swing on him. So I'll say this: in any relationship, when there is a disagreement, we should never hit below the belt. Because hold on, y'all, that's Mr. Caller. Hey, babe, I'm live. Is everything okay? Okay. Can I call you right back? Okay, love you. All right. Yeah, hitting below the belt, because here's why. You can say things that because at the heat of the moment you're angry and you're just trying to get your lick back by saying, you know, the hurtful things to him, and you feel that, oh, that's self-gratification. I won the argument. I told him how I felt. But remember now, we have a subconscious. And so in the subconscious of our mind, we're going to remember what you said. Even though we say, oh, I forgave you and all that, you're going to remember back in your subconscious mind, because why? Here we go. The next argument you get in, you're going to bring it up again. Well, you said so and so and so, and I said so and so. Because you ain't really forgive. So it, and we're human, and words do hurt, and then makes you not like the person no more. You start kind of pulling away, like you ain't interested in the person no more. So you have to be careful of that too. Hey Patricia, she said, I've been sleeping. Okay, well I'm glad you awoke. Let's see. Miss Rosa said, what does it mean marriage is hard? She said, who said that? She said it's only hard when the both have different goals, belief, visions of their futures. Right. Well, that goes with anything, Miss Rosalind. When people say it's too hard, yeah, I always say nothing too hard for God. If you have, and that's the key. You got to have Christ in the center of your marriage. You there's no if buts, and it's just not. You have to have him in the center. He is the glue that keep you together. But yeah, she says it's hard. Yeah, well, I don't know why people say it's hard. You got to put the work in though. That's on both parts. Yeah, you gotta. It's compromise in a relationship. You got to be willing to give, and they got to be willing to give as well. And I often say this: in a relationship, you gotta know people trigger points. You gotta, when you dating, make them mad because you want to see what button do that triggers you. Are you somebody that's you just fly off the handle just at the drop of a dime, or are you somebody it takes you a while to get to just really get angry or whatever? You want to know because you want to see how they respond when they're angry. Here's why. You don't want to get involved too deep in a relationship and you say something and you hit that person's trigger point and they explode. It's going to scare the freak out you. And you're going to want to get up out that relationship. So it's good to know ahead of time. Hey, my sweet sugars, Juanita, hey, boo. Hey, Miss Vanessa. She says sprinkle the love. Oh, yes, that means share, y'all. So thank you, Miss Vanessa. Thank you so much for encouraging others to share the live. Yeah, because it could help somebody. Am I one that knows all the answers? No. I can only tell you by experience. That's all I can tell you. And whatever the Lord revealed to me, that's what I can give you. I can't give you no more or no less. And what she said, when they both have different beliefs, visions, and their futures. Okay, here's one of the points right here. When you say different beliefs, the word of God says, do not what? Be unequally yoked. So if you, some marriages survive with different beliefs and some don't, whatever works for that person. I can't say, because you have some people say, well, it works just fine for me and mine. He's a Mormon and I'm a Episcopalian, whatever you call it. So it might work for them, or they may have managed it to make it work. I don't know, because I ain't in their household, but I know what the word says: don't be unequally yoked. It can cause a lot of confusion because you might don't eat ham hocks and I do. Is that gonna make you better than me? No. We just don't have the same belief. It could cause friction. I don't want to go around my family because they over there, they Baptist, and I'm non-denomination. I don't want to sit by all them Baptist folks, So yeah, have to think about those things too. And then also visions and futures. What your vision is. And here's my vision. And see if there's any compatibility, because he might want to say, hell, I want to go to Mars one day. You might say, I ain't trying to go to Mars. We ain't on the same page. Especially when it comes to future. You want kids, I don't want kids. I don't want a kid. Why you don't want kids? So yeah, it's a lot to take in consideration before you walk the aisle and say, I do. Trina say, cat be put. What? Oh, she behind. You behind, Trina. Go out and come back in. She's about the cat be purring like a possum fart. Lord. Hey, Terry Washington. Hey, Shatay. She say, Vanessa say, hello, beautiful. Shatay say, hey, good afternoon, Pastor No G's. How's everyone doing this Monday afternoon? All is well, my love. How you doing? Miss Rosalind say, what? Hold on. Okay, she said, okay. She said, okay, I'll be quiet last. Well, you ain't got to be quiet. She said, what red flags or your instinct did you ignore in relationships? And what was the lesson you never will forget? She said, oh my goodness. Okay, what was a red flag or instinct did I ignore in my relationships? I have to come back to that one. Now, let's see. The last one she said was, what was the lesson you will never forget? Well, the lesson I will never forget. What was the lesson I'll never forget? Oh, when I was pulling up on them. Ooh, babe, I was on 95 heading down South Carolina. I was on my way. I was so mad. But I'm so glad that I didn't do anything, because I probably wouldn't be here, today. But yeah, I was on my way, honey. I was on my way. Yes, ma'am, honey. I was gonna tear some tail up. Hey, Melissa, she said, hey, Queen. Notification. No, oh, you didn't get no notification. Okay, baby. That's okay. Glad you was able to make it. But the first one you said was, what did I ignore in the relationship? You know what? I just can't think of anything right off the top of my head, because I'm a very, I guess y'all could tell, I'm very analytical. I'm a different kind of Virgo. So I am very analytical. I am one that, and I guess it's the gift. I guess, I am one that if it don't sit right with me, I'm going to do my research. I just don't go off just, something off the fly, especially I could tell when it hit me, and I'm like, oh, nah, something ain't right. So I think I asked a lot of questions too, because I want to know. I guess that some people call that a level of being nosy. That's not being nosy. You want to know, because I don't want to be going into something blindsided. So yeah, that was one of my first things. I said, who you in here with? And where's she at? I ain't here with nobody. I said, oh, well, you ain't got no girlfriend? Well, why you don't have a girlfriend? How long it's been since you had a girlfriend? When the last time you had a piece? I asked all them kind of questions. Yep. So I dig, honey. I dig. And I got to say, damn, I don't want to be. She know everything. No, I just want to know. Juanita say, I am unequally yoked. She say, my okay, hold on. Here's one. She said, I am unequally yoked. I can't see the rest of that comment. Oh, there it is. She said, my husband don't respect that I am a Sabbath keeper. Asks me to do things outside of what's allowed during the Sabbath. And that's very important, Juanita, because I say this, and the reason why I'm, and that's a good point, of example of being unequally yoked. Just like, for instance, me, if I wanted to fast, right? Well, my husband is a believer as well. But if he wasn't, I would have to get what permission from him so we could what withstand from being intimate together. Oh Lord. Well, Pastor, I ain't asked my husband nothing. I just go over there and Lord, that pastor said go fast. I'm going fast because the pastor told me, well, you're out of order. Because your pastor is your covering at the church building. Your husband is your covering in the home. So you would have to get permission from your husband before you do that. Well, Pastor, I've been doing that for all these years and ain't nothing. But you was out of order. I'm just telling you. But well, Juanita, how do you feel? Because I know, okay, let me say this. Before you got married, you already knew that y'all were unequally yoked. Or is this something that you partake in after the fact that y'all got married? Because there's a difference. Can you answer that for me? I hope that's not tongue twists. Trina said, my parents been married for over 50 years, and she says it hasn't always been gravy. But she says that the couple that prays together stays together. Yep, you gotta pray together. That's for sure. Cassandra said, hello, everyone. Hey, Cassandra. Yeah. So answer that for me, Juanita. Yeah, I understand what you said, Trina. If you can, you got it. Do I need to repeat it? No, you got it. You smart. Hey, to Terry Washington, say good evening, little poet BNLLC. Hey, love and everyone. Hey, how you doing, Shatay? Brenda say, hello, everyone. Happy Monday. Hey, Miss Brenda, how you doing, sugar? Shatay say, I'm ready to be off this clock, and I have a migraine, and it's making my eye hurt so bad. Oh, Lord. I hope you feel better, Shatay. You ain't got no Tylenol? Pam said she'll be right back. Okay. Miss Rosalind is laughing. One say I became 7-day Adventist after being married. Okay. He is a worker bee, and I will work. Oh, he's a worker bee and work every day. She said, I rest and pray on the Sabbath, and he wants to run his errands. Okay. He wants me to run his errands. Okay. So now, if you okay, so that should have been, and I'm just saying, I mean, people do what they want to do, but I'm just suggesting that should have been a conversation that you had together before you did it without him. So that way y'all could be on one accord. So pretty much it's like you found your belief after the fact. And I think y'all should have did that mutual together. Hey, Demetrius, say hello everyone on here. So we as women are supposed to be submissive to our husbands. I know it sounds like, oh, hell, girl, I wasn't telling me what to do. I'm not submitting to him to tell me nothing. But it's out of a level of respect. And before I made, and I'm going to give you an example. Okay, I'm going to give you an example. Reason why I'm saying this. I remember we were part of a ministry together, my husband and I. Okay, so the long story short, the church that we were a part of was the same church that I was baptized in when I was 9 years old and all that. Right. Okay, so they called him in to be the pastor of the church. It was a Baptist church. When they voted us out the church, right? I say that God was giving him a vision of something greater. Okay, so when we were when the ministry was birthed out, we were birthed out into a non-denominational ministry. Baptists, those Baptist people were tradition as to saying that, women couldn't preach in the pulpit, we couldn't go in the pulpit, we couldn't do da 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 da. Okay, so it was religion. So when we were birthed out into a non-denominational ministry, as I received the call of the call of God on my life, and other female ministers did, our pastor, licensed us and da 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 da. Okay. So the call that God has called me was beyond the four walls of the church. So I had to obey God. All right. Now what happened was my husband was an ordained deacon. So when my season was up for that ministry, because of the ministry that God has for me, I wasn't growing anymore there. And had some people say, "Oh, I've been in this church 50 years." Well, you there for what? Was it because of man, the relationship that you have with the pastor and the affiliation of the church, or are you listening to the voice of God in directing your life? It's a difference. So when I prayed about it, I had conversation with my husband about it, and he said, well, this is what he told me. He said, if that's what God called you to do, excuse me, he said, you obey God. He said, I will never stand in the way of what God has called you to do. He said, but for me, he said, I don't feel that yet. I said, okay. We was in agreement. So I had moved my membership to another location. It was just I guess it was my place of going for getting fed for the next step in ministry. Okay. And so I remember we was in 5 a.m. prayer, and the elder of the church, her and her husband they were both elders of the church. And I was praying about my husband coming to be a part, because I felt that there was, that was a wedge. And she told me this. She said, listen, she said, you continue to do what God called you to do. She said, and you pray for your husband. She said, and God is going to, pull him, because a lot of times we get stuck in our comfort zone, what's familiar around our surround, we get comfortable. So I left him alone. I didn't nag him or nothing. I kept praying and kept, doing what I was doing. And he kept, we kept coming together, as one. And one day he went to our former leader and he told him, he said, Pastor, he said, it's time for me to go join my family. Now, did the pastor agree with that? He didn't agree with it, because sometimes pastors, they can be selfish. They want to hold on to what's familiar to them. And so my husband did. He came and joined with me. And we've been, together ever since. We've been through the good, the bad. We done been kicked out and told them come back, and we done been through all of that. So that's why I say it ain't the building, baby. You got to have a relationship with God. The pastor is just a pastor just preaching to give you the word. I know you love and all that, honey, but yeah, you got to make sure you have a relationship with God, honey, because folks turn on you quick than a dime, okay? So I said that to say the experience that you say you did it after the fact of the marriage, and it's a different. You have to be obedient. You have to be obedient. Now, and that's probably why y'all have that division in that little spot right there, is because he wants you to run his errands for him on the day that you're supposed to be regarding of the Sabbath, and he ain't on that. So is he born again? Is he of the faith at all, or he, let me know that. Okay, Pam, she said I'm back. Evelyn said, hello, queen and ladies, correct me if I'm wrong. She said, when the Bible said, don't be unequally yoked, don't that mean if you're seeing each other and not married, or before you get married? Well, No, Evelyn, what unequally yoked means what we're talking about now. That of the faith, because you can have like I don't know if her husband is born again or not, but she has gotten in the marriage and then she sought out a belief system once she got into marriage and not seeing it with him together. That's what unequally yoked means. She said, but if y'all start out together, the other person steps on. Okay, she said, wait a minute, hold on. She said, Connie said, hello, Evelyn. Evelyn said, but if y'all start out together and the other person steps out, that don't mean you unequally yoked. Well, it's in the belief system. It's in the belief system. So, yeah, they're unequally yoked because they're not on the same wavelength of the belief system. Yeah. Now, seeing each other and not married before you married, no, that's not what that is. Paul said, I wish you would get married. He said, so you won't burn. She said, how long have you been on, Queen? Oh, I don't know. I came on, child, I don't know. I don't know what time is it, 5:35, probably 45 minutes. No, I don't think I've been on an hour yet. She said, because I may have to watch the replay later today. Okay, cool. Let me see. She said, hello, Connie. Wanted to say, he said he's baptized. So, okay. So, all right. So being baptized. All right. Let me say this. Anybody can say they, get baptized. You got people that sprinkle water. I think the AME and the Methodists or whatever, the Catholics or whatever, they sprinkle water. They said that's baptism. Or you being immersed in the water is a baptism. But the main thing is, have you accepted Christ as your personal Lord and Savior? That's the main thing, because anybody can be dipped, but still don't have not accepted Christ or have not made that public confession, so to speak. Oh, he said he been baptized, so he's baptized. Lord Jesus. She said, I can't with him. Ross said, amen. Hold on, I gotta wait till Evelyn said, I'm talking about I'm talking about on a religious level. Yeah, well, on the religious level, that's what we're talking about. But seeing a person before you are married does not mean that. No, that's not an unequally yoke. Unequally yoke is being two different belief systems. You over here Muslim and I'm over here a Catholic. That's unequally yoked, because what's going to happen is going to cause friction in the home, because you believe in a certain way and I'm believing in a certain way. Who's right and who's wrong? That's what unequally yoked means. No, I need him to know to my so he said he's Baptist. Okay. So what is Baptist? Now, is it because he was baptized? Is he part of a Baptist church and he say he's Baptist? Or does he have a relationship with God? Has he accepted Christ as his Lord and Savior? Those are the two things. Is he there by you? Ask him that. Because there's a difference. And even if you're a born again believer, you still got to have that relationship with God for yourself. When you say he was raised, okay, now listen, he was raised in a Baptist church and he's a believer. She said he laying right here. Okay. So he was raised in the Baptist church. Okay. So now is he going on the fact when he was a little child? Because you can do that, but what have you in your adult life, have you contribute to that? Have you continued to pursue that? You know, because a lot of times you got people that's Muslim, but they don't operate in nothing Muslims do. And some people say, well, because my mama was a Baptist, I'm a Baptist. No, you can't go on your own mother's or your father religion or relationship. You got to have one for yourself. Let me see. Evelyn said, okay, I got it. We're on the same page. Okay, baby. Yeah. So, yeah, because at the end of the day, I don't care who you believe in, what you believe in. You got to have relationship. It's the difference than having religion. People have religion. They say, oh, I'm this, I'm that. And because you say that's what you are, don't mean that, you have a relationship. That's just like me saying that I'm an evangelist, and if I never operate in the evangelist, or I never sharpen my iron as an evangelist, then I'm not an evangelist. Speak the truth. Say hi, everyone. Hey, speak the truth. Yeah. He said he is a sin sinner, backsliding all over the land. He is not convicted to any particular religion, in my opinion. Okay. Well, the word of God says that God is married to the backslider. So it's very important because you are and he's not. So it causes friction in it may have not, but it can cause friction in the home because you're pursuing after, you're in pursuit of your closeness with God, and it's like he is not on that. You see the unbalance. You see that what can cause friction. Why did it say, hey, Miss Dove, and Speak said, hey, Miss Dove, yeah. So that's why it's important, and it's never too late. We are all sinners saved by grace. We are born again believers. We are to sin less. Don't mean that we don't sin. Don't mean that we are perfect. We'll never be perfect. Paul said that when I was a child, I spake as a child, but when I became a full-grown man, I put away what childish things. So when you are born again, it's not that mean that you don't sin. You just sin less. Because you born again, don't feel like that you don't know how to sin, because we still know how. Even though saved as I am, I still know how to sin, but I choose not to because I don't want to break God's heart. Cassandra said, hey, why didn't you say, yes, I'm understanding. She said, I am understanding. I had this exact conversation with my elder. Okay. She said, hey, Cassandra. Yeah. So it's a point where your husband will have to come to so y'all could be on the same. I'll say this. The word of God says a house divided can't stand. So that means he's gonna have to come to a point in his life with conviction, so because he is the Lord, lowercase L. He is the lowercase king over your home. So in order for him to lead and guide his wife, he's gonna have to come into his place of doing that. You can't reign in a place that you're not committed to. If that makes sense. She said, I'm trying to reel him in. Okay, there's another scripture that talks about, your husband can, and I'm paraphrasing Bible scholars, your husband is one to the Lord through you. There's another passage of scripture that says that. Okay. And I say this, that's to anybody. We can talk, we can tell people, but it's not what we say, it's how we live. Always remember that. Because we could beat them over the head and tell them, you need to do this, you need to do this. I wish you'd come over there. That ain't going to change it. But if our lifestyle be our testimony, that would draw them. He said, compel them to the Lord. Let your light shine, that men will see thy good works and what? Glorify our Father which is in heaven. So, you have to live and be that light. Pray for him, intercede for him, and God will prick his heart in time. It ain't gonna come when you want it, but God got a way. God got a way to bring him in. You just continue to do what you're doing, but at the same time, I would say that y'all need to come together respectfully, and he, respect that the fact, okay, I know I ain't on this, but she is. So let me at least respect my wife. Let her honor the day that she chose, have that kind of conversation, and baby, can I just do the chores you want me to do? Can I do them? Can I do those? I'm preparing on Friday for Saturday. So can I do those chores for you on Sunday? Just change the date. Let me see. Connie say, hey, speak the truth. Cassandra say, hey, Connie, say, can you tell me what scripture you in, please? Yeah, I can find the scripture and give it to you. Speak the truth, but right now I'm just talking. So right now, no, I don't have the Bible in front of me. It's in me. But I can find it for you. Now, what scripture you want? She said, hey, Connie, okay. Yeah, what scripture you want, and I can find it for you. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see. Okay. Rosa said, how do you raise children if you're unequally yoked? Well, that's a challenge. She said, example, I go to church as a Christian, but he never picks up the Bible and never go to church and won't walk in a church. Like I just said, you keep being the light in your household. You keep praying for him. And the word of God says these come out through fasting and prayer. So sometimes you got to turn your plate down too for these yokes to be broken. But you still pour into your children. And the husband should not interfere and say, oh, don't listen to her. I don't want y'all doing that. No, if you choose not to, that's you. But the children need that foundation, because when life happens in those children's life as they get grown, and life will happen, they're going to need something to fall back on. And that's going to be their faith. Let's see. She said, no, I thought you was reading the Bible. No. Juanita say, Rosalind, that's a good question. Hey, now I ain't gonna look. Polo. Hey, everyone. Hi. If you got a name, I can mess your name up, child. But hey, welcome. Yeah. So, yep. So that's the best I can answer with that, Miss Rosalind. And don't, and that's another thing, don't beat him over his head. You need to get your life together. You ain't tired of doing so. Think about it now. You had to get tired of doing what you was doing. So when you tired of doing what you was doing, you chose what? To give your life to the Lord. Just keep being that light. And he'll say, oh, you know what? My wife don't do. Let me tell you something. This is true. If they got little good buddies and stuff and they, hang out or whatever. Man, listen, I'm gonna hang out with you now. I'm gonna drink this beer over here, man. I'm gonna do this over here with you now. I'm gonna hang out and everything. But I got to go home. I got to respect my lady. My lady now, she in that word, and I'm gonna respect her. Now, some men will do that. Some men will do that. And some will get drunk and come home and cuss you out. Put that Bible down. You don't bring no Bible in here. Some will. But those are tests to make you strong. Yep. That's why you ain't got to sit. If you got the word in you, you ain't got to pick up a book and look for him to knock it out your hand. No, because it's inscribed in your heart. That's what the word of God said. The word have I hid in my heart that I won't sin against God. Woo, baby. Anybody else got any more? That's good, Miss Rosa. Don't stop. You ain't gotta stop. At least you ain't like that lady came in here, Miss Wendy, I ain't seen her no more. Came and took over the whole chat and wasn't saying nothing. She said, beautiful. Yes, ma'am. Yep. Thank you, Connie, for the wine glasses. Juanita said he definitely gives me the word to pray and have my Sabbath studies. Who give you talking about the Lord, or you talking about your elder? So my experience, with my husband, I'm gonna just say this. Before when I first got saved, I used to be so religious. I used to wear my shirts all buttoned up here, dresses all the way down to the floor. I was religious. Scared, oh, that ain't God. Looking at folks, oh, that ain't God. Just in my office, I have, a prayer room or whatever, and I just read all the time, in the word all the time. Oh, don't y'all say nothing, just hush. Religion. Until I had to learn it's not about religion, it's about relationship. Because I'm gonna tell you something, religion can have you, and I know y'all done seen it. If you ain't experienced it or done it yourself, I admit I did it. Okay. Religion will have you so bogged up that you think that you is you're the only one saved. You better than everybody else. That a sinner came in your presence. They like the scum of the earth. If you didn't say it, you treated them that way. I've walked in a restaurant, just left service, went home and changed, and put on some jeans. I got dressed like I'm dressed now. And everybody that was in the restaurant still having their church clothes, pastors, bishops, and they sitting their nose turned up in the air. And I'm trying to get a plate. And I said, why do people act like that? To me, that is an opportunity to witness. And witnessing ain't so much what you say, it's just what people see. You gotta always talk the witness. You can smile, you can be kind, you can be gentle, you can be you can I pass this to you? That's a witness. You ain't got to get up there and preach a sermon to witness to nobody. And Cassandra will tell you, because Cassandra used to serve me when I was doing ministry. She used to serve me, and she'll tell you, I've changed a lot. That's why I say I live balanced now. You have to have a balance because you could be so far over to you just to the extreme. You got to be balanced. God said, I came that you have life, that you would have it more abundantly. He wants you to enjoy life. The unspeakable joy is within. The kingdom of God is within. It's not without, it's within. So I had to learn how to balance. I'm going to tell you, when I got church hurt for the 4th time, that taught me right there. That taught me right there because I was like, I don't want to do nothing with ministry no more. I don't want this, God. If I got to act like that, you can have it. Take the call back, all that. I didn't want nothing to do with ministry. But I had to learn that you have to have balance. Oh, my pastor say, your spirit ain't right if you listen to secular music. Music is, what you think David did? David played music that drove demons out. David danced before the Lord in a what? An undignified way. Jesus turned water to wine at a wedding. We got it wrong. Because we've been taught, programmed with religion. Oh, you can't do this. You can't go to the movies. Why not? You watch TV. What's the difference? You can't go in no bar. Why? They sell alcohol in the grocery store. That's gonna make you unsaved because you walk by a bottle of beer, a bottle of wine. It's the logistics of man that has taken the word and made it out of religion to what they want you to do and what their rules, their regulations. Think about it. The church is an institution created by man. God gave them that vision. That's their building. How many of you see raise up another leader to what is it called? The pastor, not we gonna say torch, pass the baton. How many of you see that passes the baton over to another leader? Not many. What they do? They are raising their children up. And they say, oh, God got a call on you. You got to take over this. Because the church is actually a business. You have ministry side with the word, but it's actually a business. That's why you're paying tithe and offering all that, so to keep the lights on, the waters on, and, the beautification of the sanctuary and everything, and, and take care of them, so they can live the life of luxury that they want to live. You don't see no storehouse nowhere else, do you? The Bible is figuratively and literally written. And all of it is not conducive in 66 books. God is too vast. It's too much for you. You can't put all that in just one book. So I learned, I had time to myself. And I got before God. You're going to have to help me. You're just going to have to help me. So I had to take my eyes off woman and man and put my eyes on God. I have to see things the way God sees it and not the way man sees it. Because during those periods of time, no pastor that I ever sat up under, and I was always faithful, always served, always gave my everything into their ministry. Not one picked up the phone and called to see how me and my family was. I ain't talking about no 1 or 2 years. I'm talking about some years I done spent in their ministry. So, and what bothered me was how you can have so much love for me while I'm in your presence. I'm the same individual that I was in your presence. You said that you validated the call of God on my life. I'm that same individual. But if I'm not a part of your ministry no more, then I am a black sheep. I'm a misfit. I'm not, you know. The last time I seen one of my former leaders was at a funeral. You see me. You cannot. We recognize we call spiritual children. You know who I am. You can't say you ain't see. You look me in my face, but you turn your head to keep from speaking. But I walked straight to you and spoke to you. You couldn't even really hug me right. Mm-hmm. I had a leader tell me, don't come back, because I wouldn't give $500 to their ministry for their appreciation, because I had just got a new car. And I ain't went back. So I'm saying, where did the love go? It was okay if I'm in your presence and I'm giving you my money and I'm showing up to service three or four services a week. Be there before anybody get there. Before we have time to the pastor get there. Showing my loyalty and dedication to God and to you. So I told my husband, I don't want to be part of nobody's church. I am the church. Wherever I go. And then God gave me the opportunity to spread the gospel. He gave me this. And that's what I do. You ain't saved because you ain't part of nobody's church. Oh, Lord, I can't listen to you. You ain't got nothing. My husband is my covering. Woo, child. Let's see. Let me go back over here real quick. Okay. All right. One to say he give me time for the word. Okay, she say, okay, I got that. She say, Evelyn say, Juanita, that's a good thing. Be glad he do. She say, my husband gives me my time to pray, read the word, and have my Sabbath studies. That's a blessing. Yep, that's a step in the right direction. She's saying, if I get out of pocket, he'll say, it's the Sabbath. Oh, he gonna remind you. Now the devil gonna remind you now. I ain't calling him the devil. The devil's a cruiser brother now. That's why you got to make sure one, because they're gonna show. Now I thought you said you were saved. You doing all that cussing. Well, Peter did too. Let's see. What he say? I had to post my Bible for this word. Hello, Evelyn. You can't. Okay. Got it. She said, okay, Connie. She said, I got you. I can delete it. Okay. All right. Got it. She said, I'm sorry about that. She said, I'm still learning. Oh, you good, baby. Let's see. She said, question, have you forgiven them? Have I forgiven them? Absolutely, I have. That's why I could walk up to them and speak. I could actually speak to him and don't feel no type of way. That's what I said. I walked right up to him. He was trying to, and he, oh, hey. Yeah, then you got the members, because, people follow their leader. Naturally so. And then I had one deacon told me, he said, I thought you was dead. That broke my heart. I looked it up to this man. He was a deacon. And I told him right in his face, I said, yeah, dead to what people think about me. But I'm far from, I got much life, baby. But it showed me how cruel people can be. Because a lot of people they don't have a relationship with the Lord. They have relationship with the leader. And it's a difference. You can sit on the vine and die on the vine. That's why I say, as I always say, have a relationship with God for yourself. Mm-hmm. Yes, I truly have forgiven them. She say, so you don't go to church? I am the church. You mean I don't go to the building to fellowship? I'll say this. Right now, this is church. This is fellowship right now. He said, forsake not to assemble yourselves. Where one or two are touching anything in my name, I am in the midst. The building ain't gonna save me. And having my name on the road, I need to have my name written in the Lamb Book of Life. That's the difference. Let's see. She said, because of the hurt, just ask. Is the reason why I don't go to church because of the hurt. Really, to be honest with you, I have not even gave it a thought of looking for a ministry. And that's just the honest truth. I have not given. I used to serve Dr. Juanita Bynum for 7 years. All her conferences. And I think the danger part of ministry is when you see behind the scene. I see what the lay members don't see. Yeah. Yeah. And I've been on major platforms with major leaders. But no, I have not looked. I have not. No, I have not. And I know some people, to hear what they pastor say, oh, what people ain't connected, they is not connected to the body. That's a lie. I am still connected. Why did they say, my loves, I have to call my home warranty. She said, my HAVC acting up on the hot 80 days. Juanita, if y'all haven't signed up for the American Home Shield, do so. Because what it's good to have those, you pay for your plan every month, I think like $69, $79 a month, but you only pay a service fee, whatever your service fee they give you, like $129. They come out. If they can't fix it, they replace it. So you check into that too. Miss Willie say, hello, Queen. She said, what's on my mind is for my husband to be faithful to me. I'm faithful to him. Oh, we're gonna come back to that, Miss Willie. Give me 1 second. Hey, B. Dark and lovely B. Hey, Lil Paul, she said, I had a quick and just wanted. She had a quick break and just wanted to return the love. Have a beautiful day. You too, baby. Thank you for tapping in. I appreciate it. When he said, okay, I have Sears home warranty. Okay. She said, laugh out loud. You cracked me up with that. Ooh, baby. Well, get back on that clock, B, because they'll be come in looking for you. Let me see. And I'll say this, Miss Rosalind, too, finishing off your conversation when you said, but he never picks up the Bible, never go to church and won't walk in the church. My father that raised me, because I was adopted. So my father that raised me never went to church, never picked up the Bible, none of that. But my mama was a born again believer and everything. And when he was getting ready to pass, my mama already knew and he told her he never asked my mama ever to go pray for him, never, since they was married for 30, 40 some years. And he told her, he said, go home and pray for me. And she said, I knew that the Lord was getting ready to take it. And she had them prayed for him. She told him, she said, I already prayed for you. So it happens like that. But that didn't change. That didn't keep her from instilling in me and taking me, to the house of the Lord. She still did it. Connie say, Lipo is one being, is one being and other marriage is a considered being unequal to you. Okay, she's talking about political wise. if one believe in the as being a Republican, the other one being the Democrat in a marriage, is that considered to be unequally yoked? I wouldn't put the politic part in it. I think when the Lord was talking about unequally yoked, he was talking about marriage. Um, uh, in the belief. I don't think it was the political aspect on this, Connie. Um, no, I don't think that. Um, and in a relationship, you can agree to disagree, you know. But I think that's gonna cause a friction in a household too. Mm-hmm. Because you got to think about it. Each one of them want to be right. Ms. Ross said, I truly believe if couples would sit down first and ask the hard questions about what is expected between each partner. And she said, how many would wait and never marry? She said, wait, my questions. She said, I have to think. She said, preach it, preach it. Yeah, that would be good if they did that. But a lot of time people don't, because they like that affection, the attention that they're getting from that person. So they feel like, excuse me. And some young women now, and I say this because I've had these conversations with my daughters. And one, I was she introduces me to this guy. And I said, oh yeah. She said, Mama, you gonna like him. I said, why, how you say that? How do you know that? Now, you love, but you ain't gonna like everybody. Okay. God said love everybody, but you ain't gonna like everybody, because everybody ways you're not gonna like. And so I said, well, how you know I ain't gonna, I said, how you know that I'm gonna like him? And she said, Mama, he can see this and he that. I said, I ain't impressed by none of that. I said, have you asked him what you need to ask him? Oh no, I don't want to ask him that because he might not be interested. I said, well, if he ain't interested, I mean, he ain't interested in, he the one anyway. And some women, they don't ask the hard questions in men because they feel that'll push him away, or he'll go and find somebody else. But if he can jump and move like that to somebody else, you wasn't the one. No way. He was on game anyway. It was just a matter of time he was gonna reveal himself. So that's why I say ask questions. And so she, this time she done put him on the phone. And, hey, mama, hey, I ain't your mama. It's Mrs. to you. Oh, I'm sorry, my bad, my bad, my bad. Do you got a job? Nah, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get one. How's your credit? I think it's good. You think how about you find it out? And why are you interested in my daughter? What attracts her to you? You know what I'm saying? I think she's pretty. Okay, beyond pretty. Beauty only goes skin deep. What else you like about it? Because she might wake up one morning, pass gas, you might get offended. Ask the questions. And then ask what are your goals? What are you pursuing to do? Where you see yourself in 3 years? Where you see yourself in 6 years? I don't know, man. I'm just trying to hustle, trying to make it, you know what I'm saying? He ain't got his act together. He ain't the one. Don't bring him to me. Connie say, hey, Dr. Love. She said, hey, Connie. Yeah, you got to ask those questions. Are you marriage material? Do you want to marry one day? Do you want to have kids one day? How many? Hey, I asked them, how many children you got? Oh, no, Mom, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got but 4 shorties. 4 shorties. From the same woman, 4 different women. No, you know what I'm saying? I got a couple on, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Take care. Oh man, you know what I'm saying? She get that check from the government, you know what I'm saying? No, do you take care? See, money doesn't take care of children. Time do. Spending time and pouring into that child. Spending time with them, and let me show you how to do this. Let me show you how to do that's raising children, not money. So you have to ask those questions. She said, can I ask you a question? You sure can. Yes, ma'am, you sure can. Yeah, ask the questions. Yep. So, ladies, if you're pursuing a relationship, some are single and they're looking for love. Don't be afraid to ask him. Because one thing about it, a man ain't afraid to ask you for what he wants. Point blank, period. He gonna ask you for your tail. So why not ask him the questions? When the last time you got out of somebody's bed? When the last time you broke up with that person? Oh man, I ain't been with that person for a couple of weeks, you know what I'm saying? So you catching this one on the rebound? He ain't the one. She said, I don't understand how you are. What? She said, I don't understand how you are the church. Oh, you don't? She don't understand how I'm the church. Paul say we are members. We are members. We are the body of Christ. And we come together to build up the body. Fellowship. Christ in me, the hope of glory. A building is just a marquee name on a building. But when we come in together, we are the church. Because we are Christ. Ms. Willis said, wow. I'm coming back to your question, Ms. Willis. I'm sorry, baby. I was running my mouth. Let me see. Let me get back. Let's see. She said, to be faithful to me and I'm faithful to him. That is something Miss Willie. She said she want her husband to be faithful to her and she faithful to him. That is a decision that he has to make, and that's a decision you has to make. She said, my sister is a pastor. Okay. So let me ask you this. Flip it around. What would make you unfaithful to him? Or why you feel, because what we give out, we get back. I'll let you respond, Miss Willie. Let's see. She said, Rosalind said, Pastor R.K. Bailey passed to Pastor Carter. Eddie Long. I was under Eddie Long. Eddie Long passed to R.A. Bernard, and Dr. Stanley, who will pass to, I don't know. See, when I was a part of Eddie Long's ministry, that was the mother church in Atlanta, but we was in the other locations was called satellite churches. So there was an umbrella of churches up under his tutelage. So there were other leaders that were elevated to pastor those different satellite churches. But when all of the scandal happened, then a lot of them went and established their own ministry. And so the leader that I was under, adjacent to him, he started his own, and he changed the name to disassociate with what was, that what had happened. Ms. Willis say, let's see, no. Kind of say amen. Ms. Dove say, Nora say, Willie, are you just answering the line? Huh? Are you just answering the live heading? Okay, Cassandra said going to the building does not justify your salvation. Yeah, just justify your salvation. The church is in your heart by your beliefs. Correct. Miss Willis say my husband is hard working, full time yard work. Might be one. Ooh, she said, and my mind be wondering. Okay, so your mind be wondering to pursue something else for your attention. Is that what it is? So I don't know who Dr. Stanley's successor would be. She said, hey, hey, hey. She said, pre-engagement question. She said, how do you handle, okay, hold on, y'all. Okay, pre-engagement questions. How did you handle conflict resolution? And then she said, how have you healed from your past? I think I could sum it all up. Let me see. She's saying, how did you like to love 5 languages? Huh? I don't get number 3. How do you like to love 5 languages? I don't get that one, Miss Roslyn. She said, what are day-to-day things going to look like for the both of you? Children, washing groceries, paying bills, and saving. And she said, did you try to live a Christian life? And how? And can you apologize and admit you were wrong about something? What's the difference between a truth and a lie? Okay. Oh, you got a lot. So hold on. Let me unpack that for you. Okay. Okay. Let me go up to here. And I think this kind of include those 1 through 8, 1 through 7 questions. I'm gonna read it out for y'all. Number 1, how did you handle conflict resolution? How did I handle conflict resolution? Well, how do I handle conflict resolution? By communicating. I'm not one I guess I'm an outspoken person. I could respect a person's feeling and position and title, but it's an approach. You know what I'm saying? It's approach. You have some people, I'll say this. You have some leaders don't want to hear what you got to say. They'll say that ain't of God. Because God ain't tell me that. So you can't tell me that. And you gotta decipher the two, because having a conversation has nothing to do with my salvation. You see what I'm saying? So you should be able to resolve this, the resolution by having a conflict of resolution by having a conversation. Sit down at a meeting. You talk to me, I talk to you. We converse. You can understand where I'm coming from, and I can understand where you're coming from. It still has nothing to do with my salvation, because my salvation that's done. You can't erase that. And most people, what they do, they try to take everything and just put it with, well, hell, you ain't saved. That's a lie. I'm gonna say this. Have you ever heard the saying that once you're saved, you're always saved? Or have you heard the saying that God don't hear a sinner's prayer? See, you have people give a lot of cliche, but that's not biblical. So if you believe that God does not hear a sinner prayer, think back when you was a sinner. And if he's heard your prayer and accepted you by confession with your mouth, why he can't hear another sinner's prayer? Woo, baby. What? Lord Jesus. Okay, Nora said the live heading asks what's on your mind, and I thought she answered that question. Yeah, I think she was. Yeah, she answered kind of asked and answered it at the same time. Charlie from Michigan. Hey, Charlie, welcome. So let me see. I'm trying to answer your question, Miss Rosamond. Let me see. And that's how I handle conflict resolution. Talking. She said, "How do you like to love 5 languages?" Okay, I'm lost on that one. Break that one down for me a little bit. Okay, and then she says, hold on. The other one was, what are you absolutely not compromising, not negotiable of life or things? Ooh, what am I not compromising? Only thing I can tell you, I'm not compromising my salvation, my relationship with the Lord. No. Mm-mm. And yeah, pretty much. That's I mean, I couldn't think of nothing else right off the top of my head. Yeah, but definitely not my salvation. I would not compromise that. Let's see. Hold on. She said, "Can you apologize or admit you are wrong about something?" Absolutely, absolutely. And it takes courage to do that. I wouldn't want to go to sleep if I've wronged somebody. I don't want to go to sleep with that on my conscience. Now, if I expressed myself and somebody took it that I wronged them, that's not on me, that's on them. But if I've wronged and did something wrong, yes, ma'am. Yeah, because I don't want that on my conscience. She said, now what's the difference between difference between truth and a lie? I know you know the answer to that, huh? A lie is a lie, and the truth is just the dang on truth, whether it hurt or not. Mm-hmm. And I have to apologize because I want a person to forgive me, and in return, I will forgive them. And a lot of times, even if they don't forgive me, I forgive them. That's why true forgiveness is when a person have wronged you and they come in your presence and you have forgiven them. What they have done previously don't have no effect because you know how to what? Embrace them and still love them. Ain't too many people could do that. You should, but ain't too many. Some people, cross me, it's over. I've said it. But if I want God's forgiveness, why would I won't forgive nobody? Okay. Make sure I miss nobody's comments over here on Facebook. I'm on YouTube. All right, let me see. Okay. Now what else? Let me see. She say, okay. All right. She say reasons why people marry. Reasons why people marry. She said, one, I think that things will change, persons will change, or things will be different. Perhaps, because you got to think about it. When you come to a relationship, you coming with baggage, they coming with baggage. And no two people gonna come perfect. You gotta be understanding of that person, and they gotta be understanding of you. You got to sit down and say, do I want to help this person unpack their suitcase of baggage? And I really want to tolerate all this? And likewise, they got to be willing to give as well to help you unpack yours, you know. Because at the end of the day, when we open up suitcases, everybody got something. It's just having the level of maturity. Do I want to deal with it? And sometimes when people unpack their suitcases, it's ugly underneath. And are you willing to help that person through what you see? Because you got something underneath yours, and you want them to help you with yours, but you ain't willing to do that. Mm-hmm. It's give and take. She said, but the only thing may change is your last name. The bank after your wedding, but bad habits don't change. They don't. Absolutely, they don't. Unless a person has become to the maturity or the or made the decision. Here's okay, deliver. You hear about deliverance, and I can say this, as they say with my chest. Deliverance, when I came out of the lifestyle, the past that I used to live, nobody lay hands on me to get delivered. I made a decision. And that's what the true deliverance is making a decision. Because think about it. You can lay hands on somebody, but guess what? You can also transfer spirit. What you get on you, transfer to them. That's why he said, don't be quick to lay hands. Because if your hands is dirty and you ain't delivered from a situation, now you have made them worse than they were because you done transferred your spirit onto them. But true deliverance is making a decision. I don't want to do this no more. I don't want to live like this no more. I don't want this no more. God, I need your help. And just like if you can accept Christ, it's all with faith. If you can accept him with a confession and you believe that you are saved, that's what faith is. I know that God could take this situation from me. He could take the desire. He could take the lust from me. I don't have that crave anymore. Let me say this. Will you be tempted? Absolutely you will. We all. Jesus was tempted. But he said don't fall into what? Temptation. Don't yield to the temptation. Because that's what the devil is. He's an accuser of the brother. He what? To remind you of what you were, where you come from. Because that's all he knows. Look what he did to Job. God said, touch everything around Job, but don't touch his soul, because that belongs to me. She says, but the only thing may change is your last name or the bank, right? She said after the wedding, but bad habits don't change. Absolutely, bad habits and poor money management to break the bank, your pocketbook after all expenses from a wedding. Absolutely. You can have a lavish wedding on a budget. You don't have to take, just like they say when a person expired, you don't take all of your resources and put in to that service of that loved one, because why? After that is gone and you buried them, now you got to live afterwards. You got bills and everything afterwards. Bad habits, poor money management, yeah. That can tear a relationship up too. That's number one, to could tear up a relationship for sure. Let's see. She said, why do people primarily divorce? Easy way out. No communication barrier. If no, they done shut down. They done tapped out. It's over. She said, why do people say marriage is hard? Because it's a word to say. It's a lot of words we say is because of our comfort zone. She said, how serious is our commitment in growing together and loving each other forever? That's a good question. You got to be able to put the time in, willing to put the time in. You can't micromanage a relationship. You can micromanage a relationship all day long, but that is not going to make sure that relationship be solidified and linked together. It's not. It's not going to last because somebody going to get tired. You have to, trust is not given, trust is earned. You have to give a person space. You got to give them room to breathe, room to grow. You can't smother nobody. Nobody wants to be smothered. That'll end up real fast. Let's see. She said they don't have the same mutual commitment. Never ask the hard questions. She said, what's your love language? Yep. So what's your expectation of my wife or husband? Where do we see our future? Will you retire so we can travel? all of that is necessary. She said, I'm not going to fight again the current. And she said, I'm not going to fight against the current. She said, I've done my due diligence, prayed. I asked God, reveal my sincere heart, many, many tears. She said, honesty. She said, I'm hurting, anger, and why? I'll say this. Don't beat yourself up either. You know, because sometimes we can do a good job of that, beating ourselves up. You know, why I let this happen? Why did I do this? And why I couldn't see the red? Why me? Sometimes life happens. We never know. We know the road we try to create the pathway for our life, but that doesn't guarantee that's the road we're going to travel. Sometimes there are detours in our life that's beyond our own control. So what we have to do is make minor adjustments or either major adjustments. Yeah, it might cause a little few tears and heartbreak and whatever. But anything that we do in life should be a lesson that we shouldn't repeat. We should learn from it, our mistakes. Because there's something that we went into that we either went in blindsided, we went in for lust reasons, or we went in because flesh gratification. And so you don't beat yourself up. You just take that as a lesson learned and don't repeat it. You know? And the key is let God order your steps. And I know people say, well, how you going to say that God order your steps and you can't even see God? Well, he say, no man can see me and live. You're going to have to trust the process. Walk it out. Thank you, Connie, for the announcements. Rosalind said, okay, interesting. She said 5 love languages mean, do you like to be touched? Are you a hugger? You kiss everybody you meet? Do you like to cuddle in bed? Oh, no. No, I'm not mushy like that. Mm-mm. But I hug people, you know, I said, you know, say, hey, and I hug you like that, but do I kiss everybody in me? No, absolutely not. Because you don't know who them spirits is entangled. You know, when you meet somebody and y'all, you know, becoming, you know, just kiss them because you just met them. You don't know who they done kissed. And you don't know who they done kissed, who they done kissed. Soul ties. So now, have you, just think about it. Have you ever been in a relationship, just girlfriend, boyfriend, and you want this person, you with this person, but your mind is thinking about how the other person used to hold you and how they used to do you and all that? Soul ties. She said, conflict is how do you handle arguments yelling over a person? Well, you ain't gonna never resolve nothing yelling over nobody, you know. And a lot of times, you know, we say things out of anger. Like I said, don't never hit below the belt. Sometimes, as angry as you are, just go drive off, go somewhere till you cool down, and then come back and try to have a conversation. Because if you yelling over somebody, nobody don't hear nobody. It's just a bunch of chatter. Who loudest? Let's see. Miss Connie says the congregation coming together in the building is what makes the church. She said, that's how I see it. She said, we having church right here now. Thank you, Miss Connie Thompson. She laughed out loud. I said, what is, Lord, there goes some, you got a troll. What is going on to you? First of all, it's what's going on with you. Proper English, okay? And when you come in my chat all day, you come in here and just speak to everybody. Hello, host, or hello, Lopo. Because you see my name up there when you came on here. You don't come in here doing that, honey. Okay? Now you go out and come back in. You probably already have an exit by the time we done talked about the Lord anyway. So yeah, you go out and come back in, okay? Okay. Dorothy said, where that grandbaby? I miss her. We'll see her soon, Dorothy. Hopefully and prayerfully by next week. If the Lord say the same. I miss her too. I really do. Larry say read Matthew 6:14 and 15. Okay. And what does it say, Mr. Larry? Let's see. Let's see what else. What do I really need? For you to be respectful. That's what I really need, honey. Okay, Ms. Rosalind said there are people who actually believe the lies are the truth. Yeah, you can convince yourself to believe a lie. Mm-hmm. And one thing about a lie, you have to keep telling that lie, to tell that lie, to cover that lie, to cover lie, and now you done forgot the lie you told. So it's best to just be honest and tell the truth. Truth might hurt, but you'll feel better. Say crazy, but like a narcissist behavior person. Oh yeah, narcissists don't have no understanding. They gonna never apologize. They ain't gonna never forgive. They just they just what they are. You just pray and hope they change their ways, and if they don't, that's just what it is. And then he say Isaiah 43:25. God forgave you your sins. We can forgive someone else. Absolutely, Mr. Larry. You better know it. You better know it. Miss Willis say, yes, ma'am. Okay, let me go to Nora. Say, suppose a person think they are owed an apology, but the other person don't think that they did you wrong. Suppose a person think they are owed an apology. What give them that? What make them think that they owed an apology? She said, but the other person don't think that they did you wrong. If they don't think they did them wrong, they don't think they did them wrong. I mean, yeah. I don't know no other way to answer that one. I think that's pretty much self-explanatory. I mean, hey, if I ain't did nothing wrong to nobody, I don't owe no apology. I ain't gonna be convicted of feel no type of way to apologize to them. I mean, you only apologize if you did something. If you ain't do nothing, it is what it is. Now you can have a misunderstanding and you can say, well, I misinterpreted that or I misunderstood that. It is what it is. But sometimes, too, people know they done did wrong but they won't. Well, I'll leave that like that. I don't know no other way to answer that one. Yeah, Miss Willie say yes, ma'am. Yeah, Miss Willie. Yeah, because your question. Yeah, don't do something that you're gonna regret. But have a conversation and let them say, no, listen, baby. I know you're working to provide for us and everything, but I feel lonely at times when you're kind of self-absorbing yourself in your work and it's kind of leaving me out. What can we do to resolve that? How can we, come to a meeting of the minds? And see what he say. Mm-hmm. And see what he says. Don't. She said, what? What you mean, what? I just answered what you said. You said suppose a person think they are owed an apology. And you say, but other person don't think that they did you wrong. That person might, well, I mean, like I said, sometimes people did people wrong, but they'll still think that they ain't did nothing wrong. So I wouldn't give an apology if I ain't did nothing wrong. I mean, if you can't apologize for something you ain't do. If you got a guilty conscience, then of course, you make your right, you wrong your rights. I mean, you right your wrongs. That's how I would do. Mm-hmm. All right, Facebook, I guess, and YouTube, I guess. Is that all the questions, Miss Roslyn? You can't say you came through today, Miss Roslyn, girl. Come back again. I like you, Miss Roslyn. That was very, very interesting, very good topic. I hope some of the things that I shared help us all. And when I always say us, I say inclusive, help us all. But you come back, Miss Roslyn, and I appreciate you. She said that's what I mean, misunderstandings. Well, who have a misunderstanding, Nora? All right, Facebook. I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here, and I'm gonna find out what Miss Nora is talking about, Miss Dove, and then I'll answer her, and then I'm gonna be off of here. All right. Thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all ladies have a great evening, and I shall see y'all tomorrow if the Lord says the same. Y'all be blessed. Brenda said, I'm over here now. Brenda, I didn't know you was on the live at all. Woo, baby. Okay, hold on. Let me get to the chat. Okay. Nora say, Lil Po, can I get that answer from the chat? Okay, you can. So everyone, y'all see what Nora asked. Nora asked the question. She says, suppose a person think they are owed an apology, but the other person don't think that they did you wrong. Can y'all answer that? She said that she's meaning like with a misunderstanding. So she wants the chat to answer that. All right, so Chat, are you still with me? Are you with me? Stomp. Anybody want to answer that question Nora has posted? All right, let's see. Belinda says, I think that the person should talk with the person they said that wronged them. Okay, there go one of the answers. Brenda say both parties have to agree that there was a misunderstanding. Then they can move forward. Uh, they can move forward. Someone has to be the bigger person, though. I agree. Speak say, I believe something can be addressed without the audience. She says, I believe some things can be addressed without the audience. With audience or the audience. Okay, such as, I mean, you're saying that if it's a misunderstanding, that it should be addressed between the both parties instead of other people involved, is what you're saying? She said maybe in person. Well, I mean, it depends. I mean, yeah, it depends. Sabrina said, Belinda, you're right. If you have a problem with your sister or brother, settle it with your sister or brother. Mm-hmm. I concur. Nora said Ike husband. Oh, she said like husband and wife. Okay, hold on. She said like, oh, she's saying like husband and wife. Okay. If it's a misunderstanding, suppose they are in or part of an apology, but they don't know if they think they did you wrong. Okay, so she's talking about with between a husband and a wife. So she wants y'all feedback on that, like husband and wife. There's a disagreement. The apology is if the person, she said the person owe you an apology, but the other person don't think that they did you wrong. Kind of say, hey, brain. Did you get your answer yet, Nora? I don't think she got the answer she was looking for. Really said, oh, that's easy. I ain't never wrong. Oh, Brina, no, not never wrong. Ooh, baby. I don't think nobody else married. Is it anybody else on here married? I Miss Willie, you still on here? But let us say laughing out loud at Brina. Lord. Most wives think they never wrong, Brina. I concur. Ooh, baby. Who called me? Oh, I don't know who that is. Speak say apologize anyway and go rut. Now see that's the thing. Now that's right there. That with me. Nah, I ain't gonna be able to do it. I apologize, but talking about running, some people say that's the best kind because It makeup, no, no, heck no. I ain't trying to be bothered, honey. I'm trying to. I don't got over it or whatever. No, I ain't trying to go rut. Nope. Mm-mm. But some people say that's the best time to do. And sometimes women make them significant other mad so they can do just that. Oh, I learned the best sex makeup. No. No. Excuse me. Lord. Mm-mm-mm. Did you get your answer, Nora? Brittany said, hey, Connie. Oh. Did Nora leave the building? Miss Winnie, you gone? You good? Miss Winnie done slipped that. She said, I'm out of here. Y'all have a good night. You too? I'm about to go too. I guess Nora got an answer. All right, y'all take care. See y'all tomorrow. Thank y'all for tuning in.